It is almost time for you to do your online check-in, and you have about 5 things that you want to book, but you can only do one at a time. So what's the most important thing to do first? Disney Cruisers, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ashley. Thank you for stopping by and checking out this video. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, consider doing so if you're planning your Disney cruise or love Disney cruising. And if you are already a part of the family, then give me a big thumbs up down below so everyone knows that you're here. Online booking for your cruise starts at different days depending on your castaway level. The more cruises you go on, the higher up you go in the castaway club levels, and that means the further out from the cruise you can book activities. A perk of booking before everyone else is that you get to pick your activities before everyone else. This is also true if you are sailing concierge, then you also get to book your activities first. There are a number of things that you can book during your online check-in process. Tickets for character meet and greets, excursions, adult-only dining, beverage tastings, a cabana, and then also if you want at this time, you can reserve spa packages and in-room amenities and gifts. So I'm going to tell you the order of how I book things, me. This doesn't mean you have to do it in the order that I do it in. It's not an order that Disney makes you do it in. This is just the order that works best for me, based on what I think are the most popular and what goes the quickest. The most difficult thing to book if you are taking a cruise to the Bahamas is a cabana at Castaway Cay. Most of the time, amount of the time, the concierge guests book up all of the cabanas on Castaway. If there are any left, the platinum members pretty much take them. Then it trickles down. If there's any left, then gold get them, then silver, then first-time cruisers. It is super duper hard to get a cabana on Castaway unless you are concierge or platinum. If you really do want a cabana, that would be the first thing I would go check, is to check to see if there's a cabana that you can book. Moving on after cabana, then I go to Paulo Brunch. Paulo Brunch is only offered on sea days. Sometimes, occasionally, it's offered like on Nassau Day or another port day, but that's not guaranteed. But it will be on sea days, and it's only between 10 and 2, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The restaurant is only so big, and it's becoming quite a popular thing. If you see on YouTube, lots of people vlog about their Paulo Brunch. It's all on the forums and on Facebook. People love Paulo Brunch. It's a great value. It's absolutely delicious. So it should be very popular, and it should go quickly. The last cruise I did online booking for, I was only able to get Paulo Brunch at 12 o'clock, and I wanted it earlier, but I couldn't because it was all sold out. Now, because Paulo Brunch is so great and it takes forever, they also pretty much plan on a guest being in there for 2 hours. So it's a smaller restaurant. There's not that many tables. People are in there for half of the time that it's open. So if that is something that you really want to do, that's the second thing I would go do if you're getting a cabana. If you're not getting a cabana, go to your Paulo Brunch options first. After Paulo Brunch, I head to the beverage tasting classes. These are things like mixology, tequila tasting, champagne and chocolate, whiskey tasting, mojitos, like pretty much all your liquor tastings. That's what you want to head to next to book. There are not many that are provided on the ship, and that's just all of them in general. So let's say you want to do the tequila one. Well, there might only be one of those, maybe 2. So you need to find them and book them if that's important to you. Then after beverage tastings, then I would do Paulo Dinner. Paulo Dinner is not as popular as Paulo Brunch because in order to go to dinner, you have to skip your main dining room time. In fact, I made a video on Paulo Brunch and the pros and cons of it. You can check it out there. But not as many people do dinner, so it doesn't go as quickly. And they also offer Paulo Dinner on more days than they do the Paulo Brunch. So that doesn't have to be one of the first things you go grab unless there's a specific time on a specific day that you have to have Paulo Dinner. So unless that is you, then it can be kind of down lower on your list. After Paulo Dinner, then I would book excursions. There are some excursions that never fill up, but there are some that are super popular and fill up right away. So if you know, because you've researched, that you're trying to get a highly popular excursion, then that is something that you would book then. Some people wait to book their excursions when they're on the ship. There are some, you can do that, but then you're limited to what's available, especially at Castaway. Those go quickly. After excursions, then I go to meet and greets. The princesses meet in the atrium and the Frozen characters meet in Animator's Palette. In order to go see them, you have to have a ticket to get in line. If your entire party is not going, then don't get a ticket for your entire party because then it fills up for people who actually are gonna go see the princesses. So only get tickets for the amount of people who are actually going. And these do fill up, but it's not right away. I've never had a problem getting the meet and greet tickets. However, I have had a problem getting the time slots that I wanted for the meet and greet tickets. So it wasn't ideal for our plans, but I still got the tickets and we still made it work. And then the last thing that I look to book online is Remy. This could be Remy dinner, Remy dessert, any type of thing at Remy, which is only found on the Dream class ship. So the Dream and the Fantasy. If this is something you're wanting to do, it doesn't have to be a priority. If there's other things you need to book first, I would do that, because the Remy experiences are more expensive and they're not as popular as Paulo. There's usually no problem getting these booked. Now, if there is something online that you really, really wanted and you were not able to get it, as soon as you get on the ship, you can head to guest services or look in your navigator to see where you need to go to talk to certain people about getting things. They do hold slots back for meet and greets and beverage tastings and Paulo Brunch and Paulo Dinner, like all these things, they do hold some back for people who just are doing it on the ship. But you need to be one of the first ones in line. It needs to be your priority. Don't go to lunch first. Don't go to your room first. Get in line to get the things that you wanted that you missed out on. In fact, this last time, the one I said that I couldn't get an earlier brunch for, it's at noon. I'm gonna head straight to the desk to try to get it changed to closer to 10 or 10:30. If you have booked your Disney cruise already, then tell me in the comments below, what is the first thing that you booked? What do you think is your priority? I'm curious to see what everyone loves about their Disney cruise. Go ahead and click on a video over here to learn more about Disney cruising, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much, cruisers. Bye.